Under the Federal Equal Pay Act of 1963, a court or jury, in the case of a willful violation, may award back pay only, up to 3 years. 2. The benefit of a good budget is to ensure a balance between investment and expected yield. 3. A construction contract specifies that the work is to be completed within 180 days, and so liquidated damages of $200 for every day past the contracted completion date. Executed change orders added 35 days to the project. If the work was completed 205 days, what are the liquidated damages owed by the construction company? $0. 4. When pulling a building permit, a copy of the underscore will be filed with the permitting authority. Notice of commencement. 5. Multi-worksite reports must agree with the totals on the employer's quarterly reports. 6. Surety bonds are generally required of contractors performing public works in order to protect the funds of the taxpayer. 7. What group of employees is covered by the Florida Right to Work laws? Construction site employees. 8. Which of the following is not an accomplishment of a complete cash budget? Provides simply for reserves and fund accumulation. It's an accomplishment of a complete cash budget. Make day-to-day and monthly cash available. Models control of receivables and collectibles. Takes advantage of discounts and excess funds. 9. Under Title VII of the Civil Rights Act of 1964, once the EEOC issues a notice of right to sue, the charging party has 90 days from receipt of the notice to file suit. 90 days. 10. What is the advantage of an S corporation for a sole proprietor? All corporate income and losses comes to the sole proprietor as an individual taxpayer. 11. What is a profitable loan for a builder? The profit from borrowed money exceeds the cost. 12. Which one of the following is on the credit side of the balance sheet? Net worth. 13. What could indicate a need for more employees? When overtime exceeds the cost of hiring a new employee. 14. The financial statement known as the balance sheet must show that the total assets less the total liability equal the net worth. 15. What is the only way to extend the effective period of a claim of lien? File a suit within 1 year to enforce it. 16. What is a good way of discussing scheduling, quality, and other issues with subcontractors and suppliers? Weekly mandatory job site meetings. What is the most useful for controlling inventory? Purchase journal. 18. Using a cost-plus contract for cost escalation is easiest for the underscore to shift risk. Contractor. 19. A minor violation that does not endanger the public health, safety and welfare, and which does not demonstrate a serious inability to practice the construction profession would be all of the following except a failure to initiate a project during the allotted 6 months after receipt of permit. Minor violation. Register a local license with the CILB prior to contracting. Register a qualified business organization within 45 days of commencing work. Include a license number on an advertisement, offer of services, business proposal, bid or contract. 20. A change of a business address must be mailed to the Department of Business and Professional Regulation within how many days of the change? 45 days. 21. According to National Council on Compensation Insurance, a contractor's workers' compensation premiums can be reduced by any of the following, except requiring the employee to pay part of the premium. Working compensation can be reduced. Participating in a self-insured program. Joining an insurance pool. Participating in a deductible program. 22. What type of liability insurance protects the contractor from loss due to accidents causing bodily injury or property damage to members of the public after construction work has been finished and put to its intended use? Completed operations. 23. According to Florida Unemployment Compensation Employer Handbook, tax rates are referred to as experience ratings. 24. On which of the following items must Florida sales tax be paid by a prime contractor if it is not included on the invoice? Invoice from a concrete supplier. 25. An unemployed worker qualifies for benefits if employed for 6 months. 26. What is the best way to control job costs prior to being committed to them? Purchase order. 27. Which jobs would not require use of the straight percentage of completion method? Jobs costing $1,000 to $5,000, which take approximately 1 week to complete. 28. An indicator of how well a company can meet its current obligations is the company's current ratio. 29. A claimant who is not in privity with the contractor and who has not received payment for his or her labor, services, or material must serve a notice of non-payment on both the contractor and surety within 90 days of the last furnishing of labor, services, or materials to the project. 90 days. 30. When the lender offers a construction loan at 2% more than the bank's basis for the prime lending rate, how is this described? 2 points over prime. 31. When figuring overhead, which is a fixed expense? Advertising. 32. All of the following are correct concerning an income statement except it lists the long-term liabilities as they pertain to current liabilities. Income statement. It lists contract revenues, direct costs, operating expenses, other income and expenses, and profit. It represents the business's results of operations for a specified period of time. The statement of retained earnings is the link between the income statement and the balance sheet. In order to establish an hourly cost for a bulldozer for job allocations, which of the following would not apply? Unpredictable job site conditions. 34. Adjustment of the contract sum using a change order must be established based on an agreement between the owner, contractor and architect. 35. When preparing a financial statement for a lender before applying for a loan, it is best to first reduce current liabilities. 36. Your contractor's license number must appear in or on all the following advertisements except free yellow page listings. Must appear in coupons, business proposals, business cards. 37. When a licensee is found to have made false or misleading representations in his or her profession, the board may impose a fine administratively not to exceed $5,000 for each count or offense. $5,000. 38. What is the maximum contract amount before filing a notice of commence is required? $2,500. 39. Cafeteria payment plans are exempt if they are not reported to the Internal Revenue Service. 40. When using the inventory ratio method, a high ratio indicates low inventory. 41. An equipment schedule shows that 60 dump trucks will be required in September and 15 dump trucks during October and November. You have 30 dump trucks available. According to Florida Contractor's Manual, you should attempt to revise the project schedule to distribute the dump trucks evenly over the months, so that 30 dump trucks are required. 42. What formula is used to find the raw materials ratio? Cost of raw materials used divided by average inventories of raw materials. 43. What is the general partner's personal liability for debts of the partnership? Unlimited personal liability. 44. Which activity is considered to be a construction job, as that term is used in the workers' compensation statute? Roof replacement. 45. If an owner makes payment to a contractor, without requiring waiver or release by a lien or who has filed a notice to owner, the payments are considered improper payments. 46. All of the following are excluded from Florida right-to-work laws except construction site employees. Excluded from Florida right-to-work laws: employees working at railroads, employees who work at military bases, employees working at airlines. 47. All the following contracts must be in writing to be enforced except a lease of real property for less than 1 year. 48. When a business is structured as a joint venture, its activity is generally limited to a single transaction. 49. All the following are responsibilities of the subcontractor except to furnish periodic progress reports to the contractor. Responsibilities of the subcontractor: agree that the architect will have the authority to reject work. Submit shop drawings, product data, samples, and similar submittals. Make sure the owner and the contractor agree on a contract price. 50. Which of the following is an advantage of plotting job progress on a graph? Visual presentation of data can be more revealing than numbers.